are about 10 miles south of Eugene on Victor 23, en route to Boeing Field. We're VFR on top at 10,500 on IFR clearance back to Boeing Field after a couple of days of aerobatics in the Las Vegas area. I'll update you along the way with the flight as it progresses. We're expecting, pretty much good weather all the way back in. Probably just have to descend through a layer. That's why I picked up an IFR clearance. Okay, we're about 4 miles north-northwest of the Newburgh VOR, about to rejoin the Victor 165 at Loth intersection. We're level 8,000. The headwinds aren't quite as strong down here. Been listening to some tunes, but now it's time to get set up for the descent and approach. We don't have the ATIS yet at Boeing Field, but we do have the weather.
Command 1546 Foxtrot, contact Portland approach on 124.35. Have a nice day.
124.35, 46 Foxtrot. Thanks for your help. Good afternoon, Portland approach, Bonanza 1546 Foxtrot, level 8,000.
1546 Foxtrot, Portland approach, roger.
Okay, so we've checked in now with that controller. The next one will be 24-2 Seattle Center. So I was saying it's time to get set up for the descent and approach at Boeing Field. Based on the weather that I've seen there, about a ceiling of about 2,600 with good visibility underneath. The winds out of the south. We'll probably get the ILS 1-4 right approach. We're just below the minimums they need for visuals. So we'll take a quick look at that. We're going to pass over Olympia, and then we'll get vectors to join the final approach course. That's the pretty typical way they handle these. So it's an ILS approach. It's going to be a Green Needles approach. We'll be getting vectors, so we won't be using GPS to fly a feeder route or a transition. They'll give us altitudes to step down to stay clear of the class Bravo at SeaTac. I'm going to go ahead and add that approach to the flight plan now. ILS 1-4 right. I'm going to put the transition in as Asogi for now. We'll probably modify that in a moment, but I'm going to go ahead and load that procedure. And we'll look at that compare that to what's on the plate. So we have Asogi. There's a hold there which we won't do. I'll go ahead and take that out. And then just Ogie-togie down onto the runway. And the missed approach is a climb straight ahead, but there's a funny restriction here. You have to remain at or below 1,500 to stay clear of SeaTac traffic until you get farther southeast on that miss. The minimums on this, there's no NOTAMs on the plate today, so the minimums are 308. We'll go ahead and set those in. And they're now showing up on the altitude tape. And the ILS frequency is 1110.9. It's already put it in the box there, but it's looking at McMinnville because we're still so far south. We'll confirm that obviously as we get closer in. On the NAV2 side, I've got Olympia and Seattle set. On the comm side, I have the ATIS and ground. We'll keep our comm side up here. We're talking to Portland approach right now, and then we'll get center and on our way in. Eventually getting handed off to tower 20.6. And we will get vectored around over the bay down to 2,200 to someplace outside of Asogi, which is a fix, to join the final approach course. Then it's a short leg to Toge, which is the final approach fix. That's 1,600. And then on down to the decision altitude of 308. There's no NOTAMs, we would lose the glide slope, but if we did have to fly that to a localizer only, it'd be 580, and there are a couple of crossing restrictions we'd have to observe. There's also a visual descent point at 3.4 on the DME on the ILS. We do have an approach light system there with a PAPI on the left. and again, the missed approach is a climb straight ahead on the localizer, but we would do that with the GPS. We have to remain at or below 1,500 until we get past this Ocasey fix. And that's about it. The weather looks good there. The winds are light. Good visibility underneath, so we should pick up the runway fairly early on this approach, sometime after we, probably somewhere between Asogi and Toge. I think we're set up. There's no oddball notes that I haven't discussed. We'll exit left off of 14 right and taxi, depending on where they put us. We may get Alpha 9er intersection, which means we don't have to cross the parallel runway. If they cross us sooner, we do have to.
2189, contact Portland approach 126.9.
We do have 2189. If they do exit us sooner than the Alpha 9 intersection, then we do have to be aware that there's the parallel runway 14 left that we'll have to clear.
Aircraft, Sigma Yankee 1, valid until 0305 Zulu for Washington, Oregon coastal waters, available on high watts and flight service frequencies.
So there we are, Mount Rainier is now in view, and we are about 28 miles now north of Newburgh. Let's bring up Olympia VOR. Which will be our next crossing fix there as we join this airway coming up in a little minute. We're now showing, well, it'll take a moment for the DME to resolve. We're showing about 70 miles, 69 miles from Olympia, so we probably won't, there we go, we picked it up. We'll get the DME in a minute. We'll be back with you as we get closer in. All right, we're approaching top of descent. We're about 18 miles south of Olympia VOR on the airway, Victor 165. And I've briefed the approach. We've got the ATIS at Boeing Field information Oscar. It's as I reported earlier. We may get an update by the time we get a little closer, but things probably won't change very much. We'll still get the ILS 14 right.
Horizon 27,
which I have loaded.
Do you want to stay on the airway, or do you want to cut the corner and go direct Eugene Airport?
And I've selected fuel for the descent, so we have all the information. ATIS.
Just 839 Papa, do you want to cut the corner and go direct Eugene, or do you want to stay on the airway?
So all we have to do is fly the approach now. We'll get lights on. I'll go ahead and turn on the landing light. We're going to be arriving just about sunset.
Okay, I'm not asking for approach request. I'll tell you what, number 9er Sierra Papa cleared direct Eugene Airport.
Bonanza 46 Foxtrot, fly heading of 360, and just set to maintain 5,000.
Heading 360 and 5,000, 46 Foxtrot.
Alright, then our 2039, contact shuttle center 126.6.
Pitot heat is on. We're at +2. It's pretty warm down there, and these clouds aren't ice producers. They're a fairly thin layer, looks like.
Delta 1269, Seattle Vector radar, contact, maintain 7,000 inbound traffic.
Now the city's even coming into view. It's clearing out nicely. Tops of the Olympics are visible. Mount Rainier is spectacular.
Aircraft calling approach on 120.1, transmission broken and unreadable. Try my frequency 126.5 if you hear this frequency, or hear this transmission. Bonanza 46 Foxtrot, to set to maintain 4,000.
4,000, 46 Foxtrot. Continuing to 4,000, it's set.
Right there, 2502, Seattle departure radar, contact. Alaska 1178, contact Seattle Center 126.6. TBM 8 Kilo Uniform, set approach, go ahead. Kilo uniform, roger, standby.
I've selected the green needles for the localizer. We still don't have it identified yet as the correct one.
KBFI Kilo uniform, walk to 0324. KBFI Kilo uniform, squawk 0324. Delta 1269, contact channel center 125.1. Plus control Seattle departure radar, contact, maintain 9,000. KBMA Kilo uniform, your radar contact 7 miles to southwest of Boeing Field. Advise when you have information, Oscar for Boeing. For 745, turn left heading 340.
To go.
Alaska 71, Seattle departure radar contact.
Leveling 4,000. City looks lovely.
First 46 Foxtrot, contact shuttle approach 125.9er.
125.9er, 46 Foxtrot.
Turn right heading 130, you're 5 miles from my tippy, maintain 2,000 plus established, clear for the ILS from a 16 red approach.
Seattle approach Bonanza 1546 Foxtrot 4000.
Bonanza 1546 Foxtrot, Seattle approach radar. Number 321, contact tower, and we'll talk on the go. And 321, you said on the go you want to do the publish must? Or do you just want to depart out west and then I'll keep it out a little better?
Now we've got the proper localizer ID'd. KBFI.
Number 46 Foxtrot, by heading 020, descend and maintain 2,200.
Heading 020, 2,200, 46 Foxtrot. Okay, so we've got the extension off of Sogi loaded. We've seen that. We've got the map up. We've got the localizer up. It's indicating 135, which is correct.
Number 46 Foxtrot, turn right heading 050.
Heading 050, 46 Foxtrot.
And 841 contact with the approach on 120.7. Number 46 Foxtrot, turn right heading 110, maintain 2,200 south established, cleared ILS from a 14 approach.
Right heading 110, 2,200 to establish, cleared ILS 14 right approach, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot. Go to approach mode.
46 Foxtrot, flight 110, maintain 2,200 to establish, cleared ILS 14 right approach.
Yeah, heading 110, 2,200 to establish, cleared for the ILS 14 right approach, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot. It's 2,200. Speed checks, approach flaps, standing by on the gear.
Exit 568, turn right heading 110, maintain 2,200 to establish, cleared ILS runway 14 right approach.
Okay, right turn, 110, 2,200 to establish, cleared for the ILS 14 right, expect jet 568.
We're 46 Foxtrot, contact Boeing Tower, good day.
Over to tower, 46 Foxtrot. Boeing Tower, Bonanza 1546 Foxtrot, Sasogi.
Bonanza 1546 Foxtrot, Boeing Tower number 2, following the Challenger 3-mile final. Wind 150 at Niner, runway 14 right, cleared to land.
14 right, clear to land number 2. We're looking for the jet. We're going to go to Air West, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot. Here comes the glide path. Props already set. The glide slope, speed checks, gear, and taxi light. 3 green.
Exit 553, turn left at Alpha Niner and contact ground point Niner.
Okay, Alpha Niner, point Niner, ship 553.
Cessna 901 uniform, that traffic is 12 o'clock. Altitude indicates 1,800, less than a mile, westbound. Make sure to in runway 14 left to report a beam to stadium. Exit 566 Boeing Tower, number 2 following Bonanza 3-mile final, runway 14 right, clear to land.
14 right, clear to land, exit jet 568.
600 to go. Runway's in sight.
Cessna 126, contact ground point Niner.
On center line, on glide slope, on speed.
Cessna 901 uniform, do not overfly the stadiums, but report a beam to stadiums.
To go.
Red bar 974, contact Seattle departure.
Our departure, Red bar 974, good day.
Runway's in sight, approaching minimums.
Helicopter 447 Romeo Charlie, Boeing Tower, hold position. Helicopter 447 Romeo Charlie, fly southeast for now. I'll call your eastbound turn. Spot 8, cleared for takeoff, wind 140 at 8.
95 knots, 3 green.
Yeah, Twilight 69, holding short 14 right, ready to go in sequence.
Twilight 69, Boeing Tower, hold short, runway 14 right.
Holding short 14 right, Twilight 69.
Bonanza 46 Foxtrot, turn left Alpha 7 and hold short, runway 14 left.
Left Alpha 7, hold short 14 left, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot.
Bonanza 46 Foxtrot to cross runway 14 left at Alpha 7 and contact ground point 901 off.
Okay, cross 14 left at Alpha 7, then ground Bonanza 46 Foxtrot.
Helicopter 7 Romeo Charlie, turn east, eastbound turn approved. And helicopter 7 Romeo Charlie, Steward departure is approved.
Cleared to cross, final looks clear, left and right looks clear.
India 48 Papa Alpha Boeing Tower, number 2 for IFR departure.
All right, we made it.
Boeing Tower, Twilight 13 with you on the ILS 14 right.
Twilight 13 Boeing Tower, runway 14 right, continued traffic will be holding in position, Challenger.
Continuing, Twilight.